Hey TubeViewers, TJ Pyramid here, good old Joe. Take two on this video. The first one was about 13 minutes in and then it just went to shit. So this video is all music related stuff, so if you're not into the type of music I'm into, you may as well just shut this off and, I don't know, go roll around in lemons. I don't know. I'm going to just go ahead and start with a shirt that I picked up a few days ago. There's a store in town that's mostly known for like their drug paraphernalia, glass pipes, bongs, all that kind of stuff. But they do carry, I guess now, metal shirts, which is surprising because in the past all they've had are just really bad band shirts from bands that I don't care if they exist or not. But so yeah, hopefully they're going to supposedly start getting in more, and I can order stuff from them. So specific orders. So that's pretty cool, and cheaper than Amazon. So really cool, really good price. So this is actually the one that surprised me that day when I went in there. Yeah, really fun band, really good band. If you've never listened to this band, give them a listen, especially if you're into the heavier type of music. Belphegor. And this is the Goatright Flesh Cult, and has, of course, double-sided, which is fantastic. I hope all the shirts they get in are double-sided. You can see on the back there, Supreme Death Black Art at the bottom. So really excited to have this shirt for a super, super good price. Really, really cool. Hope to get a couple more from them next week. They had called me and said that they were getting in some more for me to take a look at. So I hope that they do. Okay, now on to the other, excuse me, music-related stuff. A huge fan of this band. Definitely in my top 4 thrash of all time, and my big 4, for sure. And that is the band Sodom, and this is the Lords of Depravity Part 1. 2-disc. First disc is part of a documentary about the history of the band, going from the very beginning, 1982, up to 1995. And DVD, the second DVD is various clips, live clips, and live performances of stuff of a crap load of songs, plus promotional video clips. These are German releases right here, but this is region free. It plays on my DVD player, plays on my Blu-ray player, just fine. Comes with a nice fat little booklet, and of course the 2 discs right there, part 1 and part 2. And then to go along with that, you have Sodom, Lords of Depravity Part 2 in a much cooler case, a fatter case. Some artwork inside on there. Some blurbs to read. And it opens up. You get 2 booklets with this. You get more of right here, you get this booklet here, which really gives an introduction to this DVD, and then kind of goes through and talks about their different album releases, gives some reviews on them, the track listing, loaded with lots of cool pictures in here, lots of good stuff in there, and of course the 2 discs. Once again, the second disc on this is their 2007 performance at Wacken, the Wacken Festival, loaded with fantastic tracks on there, plus some promotional video clips. Once again, totally region-free. Blu-ray DVD player should play it just fine, no problem. And disc 1 is a continuation of the history of Sodom. So all in all, you have a 380-minute documentary on the band. Absolutely fantastic from beginning to end. Unless you know German, of course, though you have to watch it with the subtitles on because it is entirely in German for good reason. So, fantastic. I hope they do a Lords of Depravity Part 3 at some point to catch up with the more current band. Now on to the CD portion of the segment. This is one of the earlier Sodom albums, actually their first live album, Mortal Way of Live. And this was originally censored, a censored cover when it came out. This was the original cover that you saw, because the front cover was too risque, which I'm not really sure why. And Tom Angelripper, the lead guy from Sodom, talks about this in the Lords of Depravity, that he really didn't think it was too bad. You know, it was kind of cartoony, kind of fun, but people were like, oh, there's bestiality and weird things going on. So there's the cover, the censored cover, right there. If you want to see it more, you know, Google Images. Bring it up nice and close to your eyes. Take a look at it. It's not really offensive to me. Of course, it's pretty hard to offend me. And another album of Sodom's, 10 Black Years Best Of. I'm not usually a big fan of best ofs, but this is a 2 CD. With 2 CD best ofs, you usually get a good amount of tracks. I mean, there's 22 tracks on this, and by all means, you know, you can't say, oh, Sodom only have 22 good songs. So many more good songs. But most best ofs are like, you know, 12, 15, 18 songs. And it's like, you know, the band has like 12 albums and you're only going to give me that many? Nah, no, it doesn't work. But this is a really, really good album. Really good best of. Great artwork. Right there. The artwork on the inside. And of course, more pictures and stuff within the booklet here. But a 2-disc. Really fun stuff. Gives you the track listing, of course. Gives you the time. Length of the song. So this is a really, really fun Sodom album. Now on to some other stuff. This is a super, super talented band here, especially the lead singer, Michael Eckerfeldt, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Pretty sure on that. I've been listening to these guys for a long time. Actually, when their first album came out, I was there and I kind of followed them through the journey. I have a few of their live DVDs, but that is Opeth. And this is the Candlelight years when they were on Candlelight Records. You get Orchid, Morning Rise, and My Arms, Your Hearse. And what's cool about this set, there is a North American release or whatever of this, and I'm sure a European release. But you get the fold out here with the different discs in it. But there was a sticker on the front that said, you know, limited edition, 2,000 copies, available in Japan only. So, and you can't really tell that unless you look at the liner notes, because they all are in Japanese right there. They're all in Japanese, so I won't be seeing what they say anytime soon. But I just thought that was much cooler than the North American release to get a limited edition Japanese-only release. But these guys are progressive metal, clean vocals, harsh vocals, super talented, lengthy songs, but one of their songs has, you know, more delicious segments in it than some bands' entire albums. So really check these guys out. They're fantastic. I've seen them live a couple times. Just brilliant. This next thing I'm showing, these are a good way to get some albums of a band, a good majority of albums of a band for a really, really good price. This was only $15 for this. And if I would have got these albums individually, you know, I probably would have paid, what, $3 to $4 a piece shipping. So a really good way to get them. You don't get liner notes or lyrics, but you know, you always have the internet if you need the lyrics and stuff. But that's a Testament original album series. You get the Legacy, the New Order, Practice What You Preach, Souls of Black, and The Ritual. They come on the individual sleeves, but all the individual sleeves, which I can't really, there we go. They all have the original artwork on the cover, track listing on the back, how long the songs are, all that good stuff. They have a couple other bands that they've done this for. They have like a King Diamond, a Deicide, an Obituary, a Typo Negative. So a really good way, really cheap way to get a lot of good albums. And these albums here are all fantastic. These are all 4-star albums in my opinion. Testament, once again, along with Sodom, in my big 4 of thrash metal. Now, a band I've really, really been digging on. A couple years ago, I couldn't find nothing on them, and now they're getting bigger, which is really good because they're really talented. From Germany, that is the band Cripper. This is their first album, Freak Inside. And yes, that's a terrible cover. I agree. Terrible, terrible cover. I kind of compare them to a little bit of a heavier Lamb of God style, thrashy type metal, but really fun, really good lyrics. The lead singer writes all the lyrics. That's their first album. This is their second album right here. This is their third album. Antagonist, Cripper. It's a cool cover too. Just a really good sound, really catchy hooks. This is their newest album, and this is their first album that I think, those three there are imports. This is their first album, I believe, to be fully released in North America worldwide, and this is their first for Metal Blade Records. This is Hyena. Once again, really catchy, really fun, really cool stuff. Now on to an older band from the grunge era, a term I hate, but one of my favorite albums from that whole era of metal music. That's Alice in Chains' Dirt. I just think this is brilliant. Lane Staley, another one of those guys that unfortunately, you know, drugs took a hold of and took him way too early. But that band was on hiatus for a while. They didn't do. Then they came back and released a really, really powerful album that I remember seeing that was like album of the year, album of the year, album of the year.
And that is Alice in Chains' Black Gives Way to Blue. Once again, Jerry Cantrell's doing the songwriting and stuff, so you have the same stuff. And the new lead singer, I believe his name is Michael. Let me check here. Justin, I don't want to get it wrong, because he is a really, really good singer. Okay, William. William is the new lead singer. And he sounds a lot like Lane Staley, but he also has his own vibe to it. But this is a really, really good album for a hard rock type album. Really, really well done. If you're a fan of older Alice in Chains, I think you're going to dig this. It definitely has that same vibe. Now another one of my favorite excuse me, people in metal music is Sebastian Bach from the 80s band Skid Row. I've seen him on reality shows. He had his own reality show where they were forming a band. I just always enjoy the guy. He's funny as hell. Super entertaining. That's Sebastian Bach right there. This is his Angel Down album. Just really good, old-fashioned, hard rock, heavy metal. Really cool stuff. He's a great lyricist, so this is really cool. This is a really, really fun album. A couple tracks on here feature old Axl Rose from the Guns N' Roses stuff, but a really good hard rock album. I am not a fan of Anthrax. I like the guys, except I don't like the singer. I don't like Joey Belladonna. So I'm not a big fan of the older Anthrax or the newer Anthrax because Joey was there at the beginning, and he's there now. But when Joey left, they replaced him with John Bush from Armored Saint, and this is the album they released with John Bush right here, Sound of White Noise. And I was absolutely blown away by this album when it first came out. Bought it brand new because I was seeing different reviews on it of like just how different it was from other Anthrax. And yeah, John Bush has a fantastic voice on this. I really wish he was still with Anthrax, but he is with Armored Saint now, so that's a plus. But this is just a really good album. I love every song on that. I just think it is fantastic. And this here is probably my favorite band of all time. Found this double CD for a super cheap price at a store we usually don't go to. This was only a couple bucks for this. But From Fear to Eternity, the best of 1990 to 2010 Iron Maiden. So could not pass that up at all. The booklet has all the lyrics and stuff to all the songs. It's 2 different CDs. But just some great stuff on this. Really fun. And for the price, hey, it goes in the Iron Maiden collection. Now let's see the next set. This was a band here that I was not familiar with when I bought this CD, but it was super cheap. And it was on a label that I highly respect because it was the label of Bathory. That's Black Mark, of course. And this is the band Oberon, The Tale of Black. And of course, the cover, of course, caught my eye too.
I would put these guys actually in the style of, along with like an Opeth, a little bit progressive sounding, thrashier, black metal, but really good songs, really catchy songs once again. Reading along with the lyrics, really talented lyricist, but super cool, super good surprise too. I always love finding something for really cheap and digging on it a lot. This is a band that their first album had a completely different lead singer, but their last two albums have had the same lead singer here. These guys are Finnish, a lot in the style of 80s metal, like a little bit power metal-y with a little bit of thrash thrown in, but super cool. Battle Beast, this is their newest album, Unholy Savior. There's the band on the back. Really fun stuff. They have a video out for the song Madness, so if you want to give them a listen, type in Battle Beast Madness on here, and you'll give it a listen. It's cool. It's kind of a funny video. They kind of poke fun at all the videos that come out nowadays that have the women shaking their asses and stuff like that, so it's kind of a cool mixture. But this is a really good album right here. This is just another straight up thrash band right here. Mortillery, Origin of Extinction. Cool cover right there. Opens up. Got some nice artwork there. These guys are just straight up thrash. But the lead singer does fluctuate a bit into almost Rob Halford, Judas Priest territory with some of her vocals. Some of the stuff she does definitely reminds me of a Rob Halford. So if you're a fan of Rob Halford or Judas Priest, you might want to pick it up. A couple covers on the back here. Razor, Anthrax, and Angel Witch cover. So pretty cool. This band here, the lead singer actually just left the band. This is the last record that she was on. But these guys are brilliant. Nocturnal, right here. Storming Evil. And as it says right there on the side, Unholy Thrash Metal. Fantastically brilliant. I love the vocalist in this. So you can see the different band members there. Avenger, Skull Splitter, Tyrannizer, and Vomiter. Just brilliantly fun, thrashy, black metal-y, heavy, super cool. And the last of the bunch here, these guys are from São Paulo, Brazil, the home of Sepultura. That's Nervosa, Victim of Yourself, sweet, old school, 80s sound and thrash metal. Just brilliant. You can see some of the stuff on the back there. Killer Band, Max Cavalier from Soulfly, Raw and Aggressive, Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse, and a badass three-piece with old school thrash teeth from Bobby Blitz of Overkill. Really dig this album. It's just super catchy, and like I say, you put this on and you start listening to it and you kind of think, well, I thought I knew all the bands from the 80s. I thought I knew all these thrash bands from the 80s. That's just the sound they have. You have the lyrics and you have some artwork to go along with the different songs. You have the, of course, in the middle, the band members right there. But just very cool. And actually on this, the newest member of the band, Pichu Ferraz on drums, she didn't actually play drums on this album, because it says here in the back, all drums recorded by Amilcar Cristofaro from Torture Squad. Thanks a lot. So I'm thinking she must have come in when this was complete. So I've seen some stuff on YouTube of her drumming, and she seems like a really incredible drummer. So I'm hoping their next album comes out relatively soon, so I can actually hear her on the album there. But once again, just some really fun pictures of the band. So if you have any questions or anything about any of these bands, any of the track listings, anything like that, leave it in the comments below. Nobody ever does, but I say it anyway. So there we go. That's the music update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stuck around for the length of this video. This is one of my longer videos, but when it comes to music, you know, I just can't be rushed. It's not going to happen. So thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, spread the word, listen to good music, and cheers.